Right, well, here we have the new camera from SJCam, the SJ8, which is a new series of cameras. Actually comes in 3 different versions as far as I know. The Air, which is the budget one, the Pro and the Plus. So let's get it out of the case and have a look. Just slide that little catch over. One thing about SJCam is produce good cameras and regular updates, good support and so on. It doesn't want to come out. I've got it, right. Okay, well, as you can see, nice waterproof case. Don't forget to take the bit of plastic off the front there, otherwise you'll get blurry pictures. So the camera itself, I'm going to read the manual for a change, get it on charge, slip in a card, and then we'll take a closer look. One thing to note here is the camera actually uses the new type micro USB-C. Well, it's easy to see when it's charging because you've got a nice symbol on the back here, plus the power button, which on this camera, first time I've seen this, is on the end is illuminated red. No doubt that goes out once it's fully charged. Okay, so let's take a look at what you get with the full accessory pack. You've got waterproof case, which has got one mounting bracket on it already and looks nicely made. And I notice it comes with 2 backs because this is a touchscreen camera. Waterproof case, touch back door, waterproof up to 10 feet. These work reasonably well, but not as well as using a camera out of the case, but at least you can access some of the functions while it's in the waterproof case. And it says only waterproof up to 10 feet. Right, case, you've got the manual. SJCam have been around a good while. They know how to write a decent manual. QR codes on the back, obviously for the app, because as with most of these recent action cameras, there's a Wi-Fi app. So you have a handlebar mount, 3 standoffs here, and if people don't know how these things work, you attach this to the bottom of the case. You've got a bracket here, and the brackets slide into the mounts. And these are self-adhesive. In other words, they stick on things. You've got a couple of other mounts here, tripod mount, male and female. And I noticed actually the camera has a tripod mount in the base. You've got lens cleaning cloth. And you've got 2 stick-on mounts here to take the brackets. One curved, one flat. Curved are good for helmets. And I note that these are the type that twist and rotate. That's always very useful when you're mounting. You've got spare sticky pads for the stick-on mounts because once you've used them and peeled it off, they won't work again. You've got a couple of stickers if you want to emblazon them somewhere. You've also got the USB charging lead, which is USB-C. I don't know if you can see that, which gives you faster data transfer apparently. And of course, here we've got the camera. I'm going to look at it in a bit more detail soon. But the SJ8 comes in 3 different guises. You've got the Air, which is the basic. You've got the Plus, and you've got the Pro. This is the cheapest of the lot, well under £100, touchscreen. And generally speaking, SJCam make exceedingly good cameras, so it will be interesting to see the quality of the video on this. Right, the SJCam SJ8 Air. Let's take a closer look. First thing to say is, the case has a slightly rubberized feel about it. I don't know how they've got that, but anyway, feels secure in the hands. It's a plastic case on this one. On the front you've got a 160 degree wide angle lens, 160 degrees, slightly narrower than the 170 that the majority of action cameras are. You've got a couple of indicator lights here. One is apparently a low power light, the other one is an indicator that tells you it's working. On this end you've got the mic, and you've got a little cover that covers up the USB-C type socket. The speculation is that it will also take an external mic, and you can record while it's on charge. In the base you've got a tripod mount screw, which is good to see. Battery cover which flips open like so, and the microcard goes in here. I'm using a SanDisk Ultra Class 10 32 gig. It will take up to 128 gig they say, but I'm sure you need to use a good brand. Card goes in this way, bit of a fiddle. Battery just pulls in and out. It comes with mine came with the battery installed anyway. On this end you've got the power button. On the top you've got shutter release, and that's a speaker there for playback. And on the back you have a touch screen. Right, so let's have a look at the operation of the SJ8 Air. Press and hold the power button there for 3 to 5 seconds. Button becomes illuminated and the screen is on. Now if you touch the screen, it gets rid of the on-screen display. Touch it again, it's back. Now you've got a video icon there. You can actually tell it in the settings what the startup mode you want is. Startup mode default is video camera. That's saying that I've got 4 hours 31 minutes recording time. That shows battery state. You can actually zoom. There's a plus and minus there, I don't know if you can see it, and you can actually zoom while you're recording. Little cog there is for a settings menu. That's another menu. That's playback. That's mic on or off. Now they don't actually go into detail. In fact, they don't go into much detail at all about using the swipe screen, but most of it's fairly intuitive. So to start with, starting in video mode, you've got the shutter release here. Press the button. Nice blue light flashing, really good light, easy to see actually even in daylight. Blue light flashing there and a light flashing on the front, which means if it's in the case and say you're motorcycling, all you need to do is look in the mirror and you can see whether you're recording still. So press the shutter button again, stops recording. Swipe to the right, you can see the icons changed, and I have a capacity for 33,000 images on that card. Touch down there, you've got a settings menu. So if I touch the stills icon, touch that settings menu, I can change the image size, the quality, sharpness, white balance, colour, ISO, film speed. Just leave things on auto or default and it works fine. EV, touch the arrow, back out of that. So swipe again, back in video mode, and of course if I touch the cog, I can change video resolution, loop recording, video lapse, which is a time lapse, audio on or off, timestamp on or off, sharpness, white balance, colour, and so on. Touch the other settings icon, you've got another menu, language, date, time. You can turn the date stamp off, format the card, gimbal control, fast record, keypad tone on or off, and so on. And as you can see, Wi-Fi on or off. So, swipe screens. Swipe down, you've got another menu here, Wi-Fi on or off. I'm not going to go into detail about using the Wi-Fi app because I've done so on my other SJCam videos, so you can check it out there. With the Wi-Fi app you can stop, start remotely, preview, download and so on. Turn the remote on or off. This will work with the SJCam remotes, power on or off, and LCD lock screen. Swipe it upwards to get rid of that. Now you may well find some menu items that I haven't found. You've got playback here, playback video or playback pictures. Well, I must say when I just tested it in video mode I couldn't hear the sound, although that's actually a speaker on the top. But this camera is very, very new, and I know there's a firmware update out there somewhere which I haven't yet installed. Swipe that way you're in stills mode, and obviously press the shutter, take a still. Playback, playback pictures. Okay, this is zoom, actually zooms while you're videoing as well, which is a bit unusual. Stills. Now looking through this menu, you've got video lapse, which I think is time lapse. You've got photo lapse, which is just a time delay. You've got long exposure, where you can change exposure time. Well, it's pretty obvious how you use a touchscreen, but you just scroll it down. Suppose I want time exposure 2 seconds, do like so anyway. That's long exposure. Come back to that menu again, you've got video plus photo, which means it will take a photograph while you're actually recording video. Loop recording for car and so on. Another menu up there, motion detect, car mode, which I would think means that when you turn on the power via USB, it will actually start recording, and underwater on or off, underwater movie. I think all it does is change the color balance, because that looks a bit yellowy. I think so. Let's see. Ordinary video. Yeah, it changes the color balance, because obviously underwater you've got different color temperatures and stuff. So I think that probably covers the use of the camera. And to turn it off, no, it doesn't quite cover it. The other thing you can do is short press of the power button also gives you access to the menus. So if it's in the case, you can use that. There's a touch screen back as well, but you can also scroll through using this. And suppose you want video, short press on the video button and you're in video settings. So a bit more limited, but you can actually scroll through using the buttons like so. Keep pressing and it's scrolling through the thing. So if I want motion detect mode, let's see I want stills. Go into stills, press the shutter and I'm in stills mode. So you've got the alternative of using it while it's in the case that way, or with the touchscreen back. Right, well I think that covers pretty much everything there. To turn it off, it's a 2 or 3 second press, and that's that. So I've already been out and taken some test clips. Very impressed. SJCam makes some good cameras. This is well under £100 mark. Hope that's helpful. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to click subscribe, or maybe even give me a like. So let's get on with it. I've already got a mount on the side of my helmet, so to actually accommodate the right angle you need a short standoff going outwards and then the long one to rise it above the helmet. So just like so. Long thumb screw on the top one. Right, that's that. Let's get going. Give me a break. Right, well, here's a bit of an audio test. That woman there just tried to drop me off the road. I think she might have stopped a bit sooner, but I thought she might stop. Not very funny. Well, here's my usual test shot. Audio is from the camera. This is at 1080-30 and there's good detail here, and also as I swing round you can see down into the harbour, so you've got some stuff in the distance. And then swinging around this way, there's some good detail on the brickwork and the shop signs. And I've got sharpness set at normal. Right, well, my usual test shot of the cottages, because of the detail and the colour, gives you a chance to see how sharp the lens is and whether it's good right to the peripheries. So this is Brixham Harbour here, and some summer sunshine. Oh, good detail on the rigging as well. But walking along, let's see how this does.